as we celebrate this major milestone, the 8,000th demolition under Proposal N. This milestone reflects years of hard work by our construction and demolition department, the support of the community, and the leadership of Mayor Duggan, who has championed neighborhood revitalization from day one. Proposal N gave us a foundation to take down dangerous and vacant homes while preserving thousands of more for families to own and restore. And this demolition is an example of that. Next door, you have a stabilized property, which we performed during Proposal N, and then the demolition that we're taking down today. But then the house that you're standing in front of is an example of a revitalized home inside of the neighborhood. I'm especially proud that more than 7,800 of these demolitions were completed by Detroit-based or minority contractors. And today's 8,000 celebratory demolition is being handled by Adamo Group, and they're one of our trusted Detroit-based partners. And they've completed nearly 300 Proposal N demolitions during this time. This program was built on the voices of our communities, the block clubs, the residents, and the neighbors who made it clear that blight should no longer be defined in our streets. Proposal N, supported by 77% of our voters, made it possible for us to act on that vision. We'll hear from some of those voices today, but there is one voice that has led the charge, and our team and community are truly grateful for his leadership. It's my honor to introduce Mayor Mike Duggan.
Well, good morning, and a big hand for LaJuan Counts, who has done an amazing job improving the neighborhoods, and Tammy Daniels and the Land Bank, but mostly I want to thank the voters of Detroit, because when they went to the polls in November of 2020, I just was honest with the numbers. We still had 20,000 abandoned houses owned by the Land Bank. We started at 47, we were down to 20, we didn't have any more federal money. And I turned to the people of Detroit, and I said, I think we can demolish 8,000 houses, and we can secure 8,000. So we'll at least deal with 16 out of 20. The voters approved it. Today, we are taking down the 8,000th house. By the end of this year, it'll be 8,500, and the Land Bank will own virtually no house that needs to be demolished. Demolitions will be complete. This is just a remarkable thing. But something better than that happened, is I anticipated we were still going to have houses left at the Land Bank. But because property values went up, Land Bank sales exploded. We've sold 10,000 of those houses. And so here is the number that I expect by the end of this year. When I came in, the Land Bank owned 47,000 abandoned houses. By the end of this year, it's going to be about 1,000, and none of them are going to need to be demolished. Those are all going to be houses for sale. This is what we should be doing. And if you want to see how it works, in 1999, I did school repairs for the Detroit Public Schools and did a lot of work in Cooley, and this was a vibrant neighborhood up until 12, 13, 14 years ago. When Cooley closed, this neighborhood went down. And a lot of people thought it didn't have a future. But you're going to get a chance to hear from Mr. Johnson, who saw opportunity. Bought this house at a Land Bank auction for $700, restored it beautifully, moved his wife and 2 teenage children in here. How does Mr. Johnson's house look? Beautiful. All right. He tells me when I bought it, it looked like the one across the street. And you can see across the street what we're doing. Our goal has been to save every single house we can save. And that house on the left that's secured, that house at another time might have been demolished. Instead, LaJuan and the team came in and put in the plexiglass process, secured it. Somebody is going to buy that house next door and it's going to be saved. The one behind me was too far gone and it's being demolished. But one of the best days I had was about a year ago. We took 1,000 houses off the demolition list, and we moved them to the sales list because property values had gone up so much in Detroit that we were saving more and more houses like what Mr. Johnson is doing. So to the people of Detroit, when I told you we get 8,000 houses down, promises made, promises kept, and to the neighborhoods in this city, we're going to leave not with 47,000 abandoned houses. We're going to leave with 1,000, and I have no doubt that the administration that comes in behind me will keep that momentum going. Every step of the way, we have been fully supported by City Council. There were actually people who didn't want the voters to vote on the bond issue in 2020. But one of our champions all along has been Fred Durhal. And of course, once we got it on the ballot, as LaJuan said, more than 70% of Detroiters voted for it. But every step of the way, one of our greatest partners in fighting neighborhood blight. Knock it down only if you have to, rehab it and save it and sell it if you can, has been our neighborhood champion, Councilman Fred Durhal.
Well, first, I'd like to thank Mayor Duggan for his vision. Years ago, he told folks every neighborhood had a chance, and you are starting to see that across the city of Detroit. I want to thank Director LaJuan Counts, who is my buddy. Every time we are talking about demolition in the districts throughout Detroit, she is always there. You'll catch her with a hard hat on as well, on site. As well as Tammy Daniels. Today is just such an amazing day for our city. Our voters put the trust in us to continue to improve the quality of their life and their neighborhoods. And that trust is not an easy thing to do, but we are fulfilling the promise that we made that we will make our neighborhoods strong. And so when you look at structures across the street like this, in beautiful neighborhoods that have strong block clubs, strong organizations, strong neighbors who are investing, it is important that we take the time and invest in them. And that is what you are seeing today. We're tearing down the houses that we can't fix, and the ones that we can, we're rehabbing them so we can move families into our neighborhoods, strengthening our neighborhoods, and having the opportunity to turn blight into beauty. And so again, thank you, Mayor Duggan, for your partnership over these years. And I truly believe Detroit has the brightest future for our neighborhoods as we continue to push to build a city that is for families again. Thank you all for being here today.
Throughout this process, we have had the honor and the privilege to work with the residents as closely as we could get to understanding the concerns and issues that they had with these blighted properties. And so today we wanted to make sure that we allow time for some of the most involved residents that we've had throughout this process to have a chance to speak. So we're going to bring forward Ms. Kim Marble and then Mr. Cliff Johnson.
Hello to everyone. I'm so full. I be full all the time, but I'm really full today because they made the mark of 8,000. I was one of those. In 2021, my grandson was 2. He's 6 now. He don't remember what used to be there. There was houses there that they could not fix. I cut the grass. I shoveled the snow to make it look like someone cared, because I did. My mother is gone on to heaven, but I know she's looking down on me because I never stopped. The mayor came over. He had dinner with us. We talked. He seen what the issue was. He understood what I said. My grandson was in my lap when we had that meeting at my house. He's 6 now. He plays in the lots that now I own. I'm saying to everyone, let's all stick together. Let's be together. We are moving forward. My t-shirt is each one teach one. Reach back and get one. He reached. I reached. It's here. Moving forward, we all have to stand together and continue to keep what's going on. They told me I only had 2 to 3 minutes. Because I can talk. I love what's going on in this city, because I do remember, again, I was there, it'll be 43 years in August in that house. I'm still there. I'm still standing. Let's all come together and enjoy this. I'm done.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you, LaJuan. Come on, hug me, baby. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I've been living in this neighborhood now about 25 years. I stayed in the house next door, and about About 13 years ago, the mayor had promised he would tear these vacant houses down. About 13 years ago, he put an auction on and he put a land bank on for the residents of Detroit. I bought my house for $700 about 11, 12 years ago. I took my time, about 4 years, and I put it back together. In that time, the house in back of me had been vacant for about 20 years, and the one next to it too. So I'm glad to see it go down. The mayor done what he said he was gonna do. If he did this as mayor, just think what he'll do as governor.
That's right.
So I'm looking forward to our neighborhood coming back. I'm looking forward to doing something with Cooley, whatever the mayor and the council decide they want to do. I know it's going to be great, and I'm proud to be a resident of Detroit. I raised my kids here. They're proud. We're not going anywhere because we see progress.
Tell them about the houses across the street and how long they've been empty.
There was a beautiful family across the street. Both houses were occupied. This was about 20 years ago. We knew the family. The young lady moved out, and the people directly next door moved out. And it's been vacant for about 20 years now, the one across the street. It's good as going down. You know, vacant houses cause a lot of unwanted guests, unwanted pests, and at one point, I wouldn't even let my kids outside. But now, it's been a go. It's going to be a lot there. I might buy it, I don't know. But because they give it to you for $100. I might take that, I don't know. But I'm just glad it's been done. I'm glad our neighborhood is coming back. And I love our mayor, our governor.
So we definitely want to make sure that we give some additional accolades and appreciation to our departments that have worked alongside of us to get to this point. So we definitely need to make sure we give a special thank you to the Detroit Land Bank, as well as Buildings and Safety, and then our Office of Contracting and Procurement, because without that teamwork amongst all of those departments, we would not have been able to be to this point. So we definitely want to give them a special thank you. But at this time, we can open up for any questions.
I know when the talks were fresh, there was a goal to hire more Detroit contractors.
Yes, we did. The question was, there was a goal to hire Detroit-based contractors, and yes, we did meet that goal.
So tell me what your numbers.
Contract-wise, all of our contracts were released to Detroit-based contracts except for two. And so they were responsible for over 7,800 of those demolitions of the past 8,000.
How are you on funding? Does the bond issue run its course?
The bond has run its course. If you want to do a pizza kit sale, we'll take some more to make sure that we can maintain our progress. But we have expended all of the proposal end funds at this time.
Is there anything afoot to try and keep this effort going beyond the mayor's tenure, or what?
So I'm spending a lot of time on that. In fact, I'm very focused right now. But here was the thing. I wanted to leave the next mayor with no land bank owned abandoned houses. I'm going to miss that by about 1,000, but it's a lot better than 47,000. We have enough money to take down every abandoned house the land bank owns in the next 5 months. What's going to happen more and more, though, is that when the land bank comes into a house, and it's far fewer now for back taxes, they're in better shape. And I think if you just saw the report, the average home price in Detroit crossed $100,000. And so, yeah, isn't that great? So at the time Mr. Johnson bought this, he's looking, I don't know what you a couple of times.
About 4 years ago, they offered me 100.
And what did you put into this?
About 40.
So Mr. Johnson put 40,000 into this. I'd be willing to bet you that the year he bought it, the average sales price in the block was probably about $20,000 or less, right? So he did it with his heart. Now he said he's got an offer for 100,000. This is what happened. The people who stayed in Detroit benefited because the property values have come up. And so when I leave, the land bank's still going to have another 1,000 houses to sell. And after that, it's all abandoned houses that are in private hands. And we do have some abandoned houses in private land, in private hands. We're going to have the next administration go to that. There's going to be no need for any significant demolition or rehab money. They're going to be out of houses. The land bank's going to own 50 or 60,000 lots. And like Mr. Johnson, who knows the rule on how to buy the lots, people in this city are figuring it out. The land bank needs to get better at selling the vacant lots. But I'm going to leave behind a land bank that is almost homeless, and that was their goal. They're going to own nothing but lots. That's what we're trying to get to. As many as you want.
Weeks ago, we met with corporate counsel, not to digress, about speculators. And
Yeah,
lawsuits.
right.
I'm not sure what you might share on that, but
Yeah.
when we talk about Mr. Johnson and others, the importance of having people in the community, invested in the community, putting their heart and soul and their families in it versus speculating
Yeah.
that maybe buying it for a while.
Yeah. So most land bank houses have been bought by people who are renters in Detroit. The speculators came in on the county tax auction, and that's a real problem. We had years where people, some of whom didn't live in this country, were buying up houses at the county tax auction at $500 each. They weren't paying their taxes. They were renting them out. They've caused a lot of problems in this city. Dan Gilbert started a program that we call, is it Home Again? Pretty sure that's it. But basically, what is it? Make It Home, where basically we go to the tenants when the landlord's being foreclosed on, and Gilbert and his foundation front the money to pay off the taxes, and the tenant becomes the homeowner. We're trying to put the unethical landlords out of this city. But by and large, what happened was 8-10 years ago, they bought huge numbers of properties in the tax auction, and they aren't keeping them up. And so what is happening now is the law department is suing the large-scale bad landlords. And we're going to make it painful for them to keep doing it. But there's two sides of this. One is that now these landlords can sell those houses to somebody like Mr. Johnson because the property values have gone up. But we are going to make it very difficult for large-scale bad landlords to keep operating, and I'm proud of what Conrad Mallett and the law department are doing to one of the worst of them.
I will throw one more answer.
Go as many as you want.
Can you talk property values? I don't know if you
Yeah.
have a base metric of
Yeah.
what he buys for $100 over a
Yeah.
decade ago, if there is a, water rising.
There is. I mean, the property values in this city have nearly tripled since I've been mayor. Now, you've got some neighborhoods where it's been less. This neighborhood, I'm quite sure it's been more. And I'm guessing, although I would bet in 2013, 2014, there weren't any Century 21 for sale signs in here, right? People just walked away from their houses, right, Mr. Johnson? Now, when Mr. Johnson says somebody offered me $100,000 for my house, this is generational wealth in Detroit. And for most Detroiters, your family wealth has always been in home ownership, and we're recreating that. So, Mr. Johnson, at some point, I know he's not thinking that way today, but the family will have this house. And multi-generational houses in Detroit, it's a city tradition. People are proud of these houses, keeping them up again. One of the things I'm going to miss is being in neighborhoods like this, remembering what it looked like 10 or 12 years ago. And just coming down the street today and smiling. But this is it. This man stayed when people moved out. And he deserved everything that's happened. And Ms. Marble, too. She stayed. We knocked down houses on both sides of your house, didn't we? Right? Her house. I felt bad as the mayor when I went and I looked at the two falling down houses on both sides of her house. And she's got her grandchild with her saying, we have a responsibility to do something for this. And now... how are the property values in your neighborhood?
It's beautiful.
Okay, come on up and tell them.
It's beautiful. People didn't even know where I lived. I know a lot of people know me. I'm a caterer, so I got a lot of clients all over. I would meet people in parking lots. I probably owed Tim Horton some money. In the Belmont Shopping Center in Bel Air and gas stations because they met me. Because I didn't want them to see that. Because that did not define me. COVID came and I had to make a difference because you couldn't go here, there. God said, do it there. I did curbside. I had people from Southfield, all over. I was nervous because the houses were still there. When they came, they said, Miss Kim, we coming for you and what's coming out the house. We're not gonna worry about that right there. So when they went down, more people came and seen what was happening. We have more people moving in. We have more people taking the houses that were bad, and they're fixing them up on my block. It's beautiful. It's like a whole new world. It's beautiful. I am so thankful, and I'm saying to those, don't leave, run into the suburbs. Right here. Right here. My mother was a single parent. It was beautiful where I was. It's going back to that, because I'm still there. The rest of the folks, we all coming together, plant flowers. It's a beautiful thing. Detroit is moving up. Let's move with it. Stand on it. Stand for it. Be with it. Okay, they told me I only had 2 minutes. I'm done. Thank you so much, because I feel good.
So here's what we're going to do. The next time a reporter who doesn't live in Detroit does the story that it's all downtown and nothing's happened in the neighborhoods, I want you guys to pull up the clip of Miss Kim singing It's a Whole New World.
It's a whole new world.
Because this is what we've done in the neighborhoods, and we're proud of it, aren't we?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you all very much.